So welcome back to another episode. Now, the other day I went downtown and I shot a review of the brand new Samurai Shodown game that is coming out to nearly every system. And I shot it with my friend Victor Lucas for his channel, The Electric Playground. And when we were finished, I said, hey, Vic, can I put it up on my channel as well? And he's like, absolutely. So I want to thank Vic. Definitely subscribe to his channel, The Electric Playground, down below on YouTube. It is so full of content. It's excellent. Anyway, so in this review, I got to put on my Neo Geo gangster wear that I thought is so funny and have a bit of fun and review the game. And I'll let that play right now.
Okay, you guys, got a little special guest for our Samurai Shodown review today. This is Johnny S&K from the Happy Console Gamer.
I wore my best clothes just for you
today. You
today.
look like a fucking NASCAR racer, man.
You know what? I'm a Neo Geo gangster.
Oh,
That's exactly what I am. I'm representing the old days. The old guys are here.
What's your car number?
My car number.
And how are you going to do in Daytona this weekend?
Oh my God! I feel like that. I have to wear this stuff out. It was way too entertaining. Absolutely.
It's great. Johnny Logo is here with us, talking about Samurai Shodown. This is one of my favorite fighting game franchises.
Mine too.
It goes between Soul Calibur and Samurai Shodown, and Street Fighter, I think, are my favorite.
Street Fighter's always on top for me, but when I first discovered Samurai Shodown, 1993, I was blown away because it was a weapon-based fighting game, which was incredible.
Yes.
I hadn't seen anything like that. Before that, it was all kicks and punches and fireballs, and then this one was like, wow, swords?
Yeah,
great.
And it also had this adherence to Japanese lore and ancient Japanese storytelling and myth, and just was a beautiful portrait of what combat like that could have been like in an arcade video game. You know, it was very accessible and fun. But like you, it has a big place in my heart because it was actually Crystal Dynamics that published Samurai Shodown for the 3DO.
I had that.
That was the very first game that was sent to the Electric Playground when we were just on the web. And the other colleagues that I had working on the website at the time, we just devoured that game and played it incessantly, and it was so freaking incredible.
Well, I got a 3DO for Christmas, and I must admit, I didn't like a lot of 3DO games.
Yeah.
Love Samurai Shodown.
It was great.
I got that Christmas morning.
Yes.
And Super Street Fighter Turbo. Played the hell out of Samurai Shodown. It was the best way to play it at home back then if you didn't have a Neo Geo AES.
Yes, and I just took a look at the Genesis version of Samurai Shodown, and it doesn't come close.
Well, no, but it still was okay.
It was okay. It was just choppy. Yeah. Anyways, we're not talking about those.
No.
We're talking about the 2019 Samurai Shodown game, which is brand new. We looked at it on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro.
This is the 12th in the series. I can't believe it because I kind of was really into Samurai Shodown 1 and 2, and then all the rest came out and were really good, but I kind of wasn't into the series after that.
No.
I've kind of revisited this. This is kind of a soft reboot. We have a lot of the original characters that we had in the original. We got Earthquake, we got Gal Ford, we got Harumaru. It's great to see all these characters back. What do you think about the gameplay? What do you think about this new version of the game?
Well, what I love about it is that it does kind of evoke the classic Samurai Shodown feel and vibe and the locations and the character stylings. So it's like a 3D remaster almost of the classic. You play it identically as well. It's just everything is, super flashy and big and beautiful. And
4K looks amazing.
It does look amazing, and it's also got all the cell shading kind of look around it. So it pops off of the screen in a beautiful way, and it's an amazing way to modernize a game that has stood the test of time. But I would agree with you that a lot of the sequels and iterations of the game kind of blurred into each other.
They did, because they're all in the same hardware for a while there.
Yeah.
There's just like, samey. It's kind of samey, but it still was great.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
I have Samurai Shodown 4 on my Switch because that was one of the early SNK games that they put there. And every time they put a Samurai Shodown game, I'm like,
I know.
I almost get it, but this is the one I think that if you are a longtime fan, this is the one to really kind of take notice. And it feels like this was the right time for SNK to start over.
I know. I remember when they announced this, I was blown away. I'm
Me
like,
too.
we're getting a new Samurai Shodown game? It's new in the aesthetics. It looks updated. Like Earthquake, remember in the original, was big, but now he's even bigger.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of callbacks to the original stages. It's really great to see that. It's flashier. It feels like when I came over, I was playing against Vic this afternoon, kicking his ass, by the way.
You were good, yes.
I destroyed this guy. I've got to admit, he won one game.
Oh!
Hopefully I cut you in half, and I did!
come.
I did.
But you were practicing last night. You knew you were coming to face me, so you got ready in your dojo.
I just needed to do a couple of rounds. That's how I got ready, But we came over, and I just felt, I picked it up, and I could just start playing it.
Yeah.
So effortlessly. It felt like the original. It felt really good.
It feels incredible, and it also feels very different than Soul Calibur.
Yes, it's a different
And
style
I did
game.
a little quick side-by-side with Soul Calibur 6, and Soul Calibur is also one of my favorite games, and I love the weapon combat in that game, but that game is all about keeping a flow going, and whatever weapons you have, you can just kind of... you can keep kind of dishing it out, whereas with Samurai Shodown, it's a little bit more back and forth. It's a little more give and take, and it feels like the weapons do some severe damage, which is exemplified by the blood spray and the spurts and
cutting people in half, which is awesome.
Which it's incredible.
Yeah.
And I love the ancient Japanese vibe all the way through this with like cards that will pop up with all kinds of
cool.
all the voiceover
like Genjuro,
work. It's incredible.
It's really, really good.
It's like leaping into like a fictional book or something like. Even though it's all cartoon and hyper stylized and a little bit silly, it's still a sensational escape. You got a bunch of different modes. You got a story mode where you can take in any one of the characters.
The other modes is the offline versus mode, which we did.
Yep.
We tried to do the online mode.
Nobody's on there yet.
There's nobody there. I tried all last night.
There will be. I think this is going to be a very popular and very successful fighting game, even though it's a crowded field.
I don't know, man.
I think there's enough love for the Samurai Shodown brand. I mean, it's lasted for this long, and there's been this many iterations. This is a fresh, brand new take.
Yeah.
You can almost see that they would add the numerals back to this type of game and start over
As
in
I
a way.
said, this is like a soft reboot. It's
Yeah.
a really good way to go.
Yeah.
And you do get 3 new characters.
Yeah.
And I tried them last night. Pretty cool. I like them.
I mean, the characters are all colorful and they have their own personalities. Earthquake is crazy
He's
with the
awesome.
chain.
I love that guy.
He's very fun in this game. I love Nakaruru. She's incredible with the falcon and flying around and
Same
stuff.
background as the original, which is great. The bear standing there in the snow.
It's beautiful, though.
Yeah,
like a
really
beautiful
nice.
revisit with all this stuff.
It's really, really nice. We're missing one character, and I don't know if you'll remember him.
Yeah.
Ganon. And he's a green guy with the knives on his hands. Do you remember? You remember
I
him?
do.
And
Yeah.
I'm
sure he's got to be locked.
He's got to be like some DLC coming in the future.
Yes.
And I do have a couple of qualms about it. I got a couple of things that are not
too.
perfect. I like the character models. I think they look really cartoony, wonderful, but they're not perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still feel like a bit of a budget title at times, but it's great. I'm not hating on it, but you can tell it's not like a AAA fighting game.
Well, especially because this is almost like the golden years of fighting games. When
Yes.
I downloaded
spoiled,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Mortal
yeah.
Kombat 11, Injustice 2, Street Fighter 5 Arcade, and you can tell that Street Fighter 4 and 5 were really, I think, the impetus for this kind of redo with Samurai Shodown. You can see that there's art and style that's kind of evoking a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. SNK,
No.
I think, and Capcom had a back and forth for a long time where they were liberally borrowing ideas from each other.
And they combine that at certain times as well in some games, like, a match of the Millennium and stuff, yeah.
Which is awesome. But, I would tend to agree with you is that maybe this doesn't have the, the mega budgets that
mega budget, exactly.
that Capcom has to throw at it. But
It has the heart.
It has the heart, and it has its own feel. Like, this doesn't feel needlessly flashy, which I think a lot of the 3D fighters can
But there
get
is
us in.
flash in there,
There
too,
is
yeah.
flash, but it's much more down to earth. And I
is.
think the combat is a little bit more down to earth. You really feel, even when you're Nakamura and you've got the Falcon and you're flying around, or
Which he finally used on me and actually killed me. I was like, what happened?
I won.
Unbelievable. He won one, yeah. And the funny thing, that's the other thing he's going to edit in. It's going to be such bullshit.
Yeah, that's it.
It's absolutely
That's
ridiculous.
going to my review. That's
You
fantastic.
just press buttons and things happen.
Even with the sort of mysticism that's permeating through this, it doesn't get as big or as crazy as some of the Street Fighter V action or the Soul Calibur action or the Mortal Kombat action. And I'm actually good with that. I don't know. It feels like you're almost a little bit more of a badass that you can survive in this game and dole out the punishment.
Because when you get in there, I hate to say it because it's such a stereotype. It's a slasher game.
Yeah.
You're going in, you're slashing, slashing, combo into slash.
Yeah.
Type of thing like I was doing to you.
Yeah.
In all the goddamn matches.
Okay. Yes, I know.
Cutting him in half.
I came back a little bit. All right.
Oh, come on.
Wow, I think he took a little sliver off me there. It's like,
One of the things, I mean, it's different from Soul Calibur in that you can kind of find your flourishes. With Samurai Shodown, you have to memorize them.
Yes.
And one of the things that I have a quibble with is that a lot of the other modern fighting titles that we're playing on PlayStation 4, I have a ton of PlayStation 3 fighting sticks.
Oh, you're saying this.
Yeah, I've never invested in a PlayStation 4 fighting stick. I've never bugged anybody to send me one, so I've only got these PS3 ones. And those PS3 fighting sticks will work with almost every other fighter that I have. They don't currently work with this. Maybe it'll get patched.
Is there an adapter you can use, maybe?
Maybe. I'm sure there is a way, but I tried to use, and this is definitely a stick-friendly fighting game. You can pull the moves off on a pad.
Oh, yeah.
You were showing me how to do that.
Yeah, I know. I used to play Samurai Shodown in the arcade. This one is in arcades in Japan.
Yeah.
I love playing Samurai Shodown on a stick. It's great. It feels perfect. But I can do it on a pad as well. I played it on a goddamn 3DO pad.
I know. And you were kicking my ass with the pad. But I feel like if you have a PS4 stick or a stick, because it's going to come to the Xbox One and to the PC and Switch everywhere, and even on Google Stadia. If you've got a fight stick for this game, you're going to enjoy it even that much more. I think we have to score this, though. I have a big smile on my face.
Yes.
I'm going to keep playing Samurai
Me too.
Shodown. What are you going to give it?
It's a budgeter title, but it's so harkening back to the past, what made everything good about Samurai Shodown.
Let's put our nostalgia sunglasses on.
I know, and our Art of Fighting hats on, like Geese Howard jacket going on.
Johnny Logo, what are you giving it?
Because I like Samurai Shodown so much, 8.5 out of 10.
I love this game, too. Gets a 9 from me.
Wow.
And yeah, I would be, if I didn't get a review code, I would be racing to the store to buy this one.
I'm still buying a PS4 copy physical.
Yeah.